Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'm Joan and this is Yoda. We are going to be practicing yoga for 60 minutes today with a focus on the hips and stretching out the legs today. So grab maybe some blocks if you'd like to bring the earth towards you for some of the poses, a water and your mat, and let's get started. So grounding yourself down in a comfortable seated position on the mat. You can stay upward if that feels better for you, nice long spine as we begin to breathe here, or come into child's pose. Sending those arms out forward, hips are going back, grounding your forehead to the mat. And just allowing yourself some time to let go for this yoga time. Just noticing your breath in and out of the nose, if that feels okay today. Noticing how your physical body feels today without judgment. Checking in with your mind. Noticing if it's easily settling in or if it's thinking of many things. Noticing any sounds in the room. Noticing the feel of the air on your skin. Is it warm? Is it cooler? Feeling where your feet touch the earth. Maybe noticing a taste in your mouth. And lastly, setting an intention for your practice today. What is it you need from yoga today? Saying that to yourself now. Last couple breaths here. Relaxing the shoulders and the hands. And on your next inhale, allowing the eyes to begin to float open as we come to hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees about hips width distance apart. And on the next inhale, allowing the belly to drop, chin lifts for cow. Exhaling to cat, pulling the chin in, belly pulls in, rounding the spine. And going back and forth between cat and cow. Taking another couple rounds on your own. Allowing yourself to come to a cross-legged position on the mat. Bringing the arms out to the sides as we inhale them up. Exhaling the hands to the heart. Inhaling up again. And exhaling down. Tenting the fingers of the left hand as we send the right arm up. And it comes overhead if that feels good. Maybe there's a look up for the chest to open, or maybe the head stays down. Reaching with the fingers. One more breath. Allowing that arm to come back down as we tent or place the hand on the floor as we bring the left arm up. Maybe coming overhead if that feels good. Reaching with the fingertips as you breathe. One more breath. Inhaling, exhaling that arm down. As we bring the arms out in front, walking the hands any amount, maybe dropping the head once the spine is long. Feeling a stretch somewhere in the body as you breathe here. Taking another inhale here. Sending those arms back towards the body, bringing them out to the side and up on the inhale. And this time, right arm comes over to the opposite knee, left arm comes behind as you grow taller on the inhale. And allow yourself to twist on that exhale, any amount of twist, relaxing the shoulders and the neck, twisting above the waist. One more inhale here. And coming back to center, releasing the arms up on the inhale. Exhaling, left arm comes to the opposite knee, right arm comes behind, keeping that spine nice and tall as you inhale. Exhaling to the twist, over to the right. Letting your face soften as you breathe here in this twist. Last inhale, and coming back towards the center. As we inhale last time up, and exhale the hands back to the heart. And then allowing the feet to come to the front of your mat. Bringing the feet about a little bit wide as we drop the knees over to one side and then the other. Opening up those hips, loosening up a little bit. And then letting the knees fall over to the right as we take, to the left, actually the right. As you take your right arm, your left arm, and reaching over. Reach with that arm as you come up onto your knees. Lifting the pelvis for a stretch. Maybe that left foot straightens a little bit. This can go a little higher here. Maybe that arm stretches overhead. Reach, inhale, nice big wide stretch. And exhale back down. Sending that arm back. Rotating the knees over to the left. Right arm lifts and comes around. Coming up onto the knees, maybe coming up onto the back foot. Reach. And gently coming down. Beautiful. Rotating those knees back over and to the side one last time. Beautiful. And then gently coming over to your hands and knees. Like we did before, wrists under shoulders. Allowing the toes to curl under. Maybe the hands come up a half a handprint. As we push into the hands, sending the knees up, sending the hips up high, maybe coming up onto the toes. Exhaling those heels back, pushing into all the fingers, pretty much a little more into the thumb and first finger of your hands. Beginning to bicycle the legs, maybe bending one knee and then the other. Stretching out your calf muscle. Maybe coming into some stillness here, nodding the head gently up and down or turning it from side to side, very, very slowly. And on your next inhale, allowing the knees to bend generously. Beginning to walk up to the front of that mat. Allowing yourself to hang down. Letting the head go, letting everything drop down. Maybe using the block to rest your hands on. Or just letting your arms dangle down onto the mat. Knees can be very bent if you need to be. Or maybe they're beginning to straighten. And on your next inhale, sending the hands up the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale down. 2 more times like this. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale down. As we root those feet down, bending the knees slightly as we rise. Inhaling the arms up. Reaching up. Exhaling the hands to the heart. Feeling your heartbeat, maybe closing the eyes, soft gaze down, couple breaths here. Returning to your intention for this practice. Inhaling again. And then allowing the eyes to float open. Arms can come to the sides as we reach up. Inhale. Exhale. Swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands frame the feet as we send just the right leg back. Big step back onto the ball of the foot. Right knee comes down. Inhaling the arms up towards the ceiling. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. 3 breaths here. Arms are up, or maybe they're on blocks, if that feels better for you today. Inhaling. Exhaling, arms begin to come down, framing that front foot. As we begin to come to the heel of the front foot, sending the left hip back, folding over that leg, leading with the heart. As we fold over in half splits, allowing your breath to become even. As you let go and release whatever doesn't serve you on that exhale. Couple more breaths here as we gently are drawing that left hip back and we're leaning gently forward, leading with that heart. And inhaling here, exhaling that leg back, knee over ankle. As we place that hand on a block or the mat, the right hand, sending the left arm up for a twist. Knee can stay down or come up. Breathing here in that twist, reaching upwards as you feel your back foot grounding down on the mat. Taking a breath in, exhaling that hand down, framing that foot, but sending that left hand over to meet the other one in the middle as we toe heel our foot over to the right of the mat. Coming into lizard here, keeping that knee can stay up or come down. Maybe coming down to the hands on the mat or the elbows on a block. Working to open up that hip. Any way or any amount of stretch is good here in lizard. But feeling that back, the top of the back right foot, grounded down into the mat as we gently lean forward, leading with that heart. Relaxing the head, maybe it rests down, relaxing it down. As we gently push into that left front foot. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Letting go of the tension in the hips on the exhales. Deep breaths here. Letting that hip open. Giving the body time to release. One more full breath wherever you are. And then beginning to come to the hands if you were on the elbows, removing the block if that was useful for you. Toe heeling the foot back towards the center. Left hand comes to frame that foot with the right hand and left. As we gently bring that front foot back into plank. Relaxing here, long line of energy from the crown of the head to the heels. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath here. Knees can be down or up. Inhaling, exhaling the whole body down to the mat. Hands come to the side ribs as we inhale to cobra or baby cobra. Exhaling down. 2 more times. And exhale down. Inhale. And exhale down. And this time coming to one more baby cobra or upward dog if that feels good. Straightening the elbows if you're an upward dog. Coming off the knees, coming to the backs of the feet. Inhale. And exhale the knees down, coming into a child's pose here, sending those arms forward, walking them over to the side if that feels good. We'll go to the right side first, maybe a lean to the left. Dropping that head for a nice stretch here. And then sending those hands back towards the center. Walking over to the other side. Sending those hips over to the opposite direction. Another breath here. And finding our way back towards the center with the arms. Coming back onto the hands and knees. Sending the toes under as we reach up into downward dog. Second time, reaching back with those heels. Maybe bending the knees one at a time. Or coming to stillness. 2 more breaths. And if you'd like to drop down into downward dog, into child's pose at any time, feel free. Inhaling those legs, knees, bending them, walking or hopping to the front of the mat. Coming to a halfway lift here. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Letting ourselves maybe hold our elbows here. Releasing that head and neck with gravity. Breathing. See if you can bring a little more weight to the front of the feet to increase your stretch. You can always grab the backs of the ankles if that feels better for you. Taking another breath here. And then releasing those elbows, bending the knees as we reach up, grounding those feet down. Inhale. Exhaling those hands to the heart. Maybe one palm on the heart and one hand on the other. Breathing here. Thinking of 3 things we're grateful for today. Whatever comes to mind. And allowing those arms to drop back down as we bend the knees. Reach up, inhale. Exhale down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands frame the feet as we send the left leg back this time. Big step back. Left knee comes down. Knee is over the ankle as we reach up into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. 2 more breaths, feeling the stability of the top of the back foot on the floor, pushing into the front foot at the same time, gently leaning forward, taking our last inhale, exhaling the arms down, gently beginning to come, flexing the front foot, coming to half splits, drawing the right hip gently back as we gently fold over that leg with the heart leading with the chest, relaxing the head down once the spine is long. Breathing here, a couple more breaths in this position. Tuning in to the sensations in the right leg, the right hip. Last inhale. Gently returning that knee to the position it was in, knee over ankle, planting that left hand on a block or the mat. As you take a twist here, reaching up with the right arm. Knee can be up or down. Reach up, inhale. Exhaling that hand down. As we take both hands to the left of the front foot, heel toeing that right foot over to the side of the mat. Finding lizard pose here. Left knee can come down or stay up. Seeing how that feels for you. Maybe you need a block for this side. Maybe you just come down onto your forearms, onto the mat. Whatever feels good for you. It doesn't matter how deep you go, as long as you're coming to your edge, that part of you that you know you're stretching and getting a good stretch. Anything that doesn't feel good or might feel painful, we don't want to do. We want to change it or modify it. Breathing into your belly. Staying with the sensation in that hip or that leg. Releasing what you can on that exhale. Physical or emotional tension releases as you breathe out. Taking one more breath here in lizard pose. And from here, removing your block or coming back onto your hands. Heel toeing that foot back towards the center. Hands frame the feet as we send that right leg back into plank or knee down plank. Belly pulled in, long line of energy from the crown of that head to your heels. Breathe here, inhale. And exhale all the way down to the mat. Inhaling to cobra or upward dog. Exhaling to either downward dog or child's pose, seeing what you need here. Maybe there's some movement in child's pose or downward dog, bending one knee, bending the other, or rocking from side to side if you're in child's pose. And on your next inhale, bending those knees, beginning to walk or hop to the front of the mat. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. 3 breaths here. You can hold your elbows and just let yourself go. You could grab the first 2 the first two big toes with the first two fingers, inhaling the arms straight, exhaling the arms out to the side. Whichever pose you chose, just allowing yourself to put a little more weight in the front of that foot. And if you have the toes, you can let go of them, bending the knees and rising up, reaching up, exhaling to the heart. Taking a breath here. Preparing for chair. Feet, toes of the big toes can be together or feet can be slightly apart. As we inhale the arms to chair, sending those hips back. Weight is in the heels. Knees are equal, not letting one knee go in front of the other. And then inhaling the hands together into the heart. Sending the weight over to the right foot as we begin to lift the left foot, sending it back into crescent lunge, coming to the ball of the back foot, allowing the arms to float up. Once you have your balance, equal weight between both feet, crescent lunge. Reaching up in crescent lunge. Inhaling, reach up. Exhale, open up to warrior two. So the back foot goes out parallel with the back of the mat. Front knee over ankle. And we'll come into a reverse warrior, flipping the front palm up, reach up. Relaxing the back arm. 2 breaths here. Feeling equal weight in both feet, pushing into this floor. Coming back to warrior two. And then bringing your hands to your heart. Beginning to turn both feet towards the front of the room, keeping your feet apart. Nice wide step. But this time, both feet are pointing towards the front of the mat. Maybe you widen your stance a little bit as we prepare for pyramid pose. Hands can come to the waist as we send the hips forward as best as possible. And beginning to straighten the front leg and the back leg, making sure that there's a soft bend in the front of the knee, not locking it out. And we'll interlace the fingers behind us, inhaling, look up, exhale to pyramid pose. Maybe we stay here. Maybe we begin to send the head down. Breathing here, allowing the arms to come down, maybe on blocks, any height or on the ground. Maybe we adjust our feet a little bit. Taking 3 more deep breaths here in pyramid pose. Pushing into both feet gently, equal weight. And from here, beginning to lift the head a little bit, sending the arms back into interlacing those fingers as we begin to rise back up. arms come to the sides of your waist as we send the back foot up. Inhaling up. Exhaling, forward folds. Inhale, flat back. Exhale down, and we root down to rise. Resetting. Coming back to that heart with the hands. Breath here. Coming back to your intention. And then allowing the arms to come to the waist as we prepare for our second chair. Toes together or slightly apart. Inhaling the arms up, sitting back, weight comes into the heels, chair pose. Heart is lifted. Inhaling the hands together into the heart. So we bring the weight into the left leg, sending the right leg back into crescent lunge, coming to the ball of the back foot. Feeling equal weight on both legs, allowing the arms to float up. Very active pose here. Crescent lunge, 2 breaths here. Another breath here. And then exhale, allowing yourself to come into warrior 2. Back foot opens up, turns to the side. Flipping that front palm up, reach up, reverse warrior. Relaxing the face and the neck. One more inhale. And then gently coming back to warrior 2. Hands can come to the waist as we begin to prepare for pyramid. Having both feet begin to point to the front of the mat as best as possible. Widening our stance if we feel like our balance is going to fall over. And then finding our hands, interlacing our fingers, straightening the front leg and the back leg. Inhaling up and exhaling to pyramid pose. Maybe adjusting if we need to with our feet. And then letting the hands come down onto blocks or the mat. Really grounding down into the roots of your feet. Pushing into the right foot as well as the left foot. Maybe there's a little adjustment with the feet. Taking another breath here. And then allowing your hands to become behind you and interlacing those fingers as we find our way back up. Adjusting the feet a little wider if we need to. And then allowing the hands to come to the waist, coming to the front of our mat. Taking a couple breaths here. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling down. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale down, and then we root down to rise, coming back up. Reaching up and bringing those hands to the heart. One last time. And getting ready for our balance pose. Taking our tree pose. You can come to the front of your mat, and you could bring your gaze on an object that's not moving as you continue to breathe evenly all the way through tree. Bringing the weight of your body into your right foot. Sending your left foot over onto your shin, anywhere below your knee, or you could come to your inner thigh area as long as you're not on your knee. Maybe your arms stay at your heart, breathing. Your knees perpendicular to your body. Any amount of balance is perfect. If we fall out, we get back in, doing our best, breathing here. Allowing ourselves to inhale those hands, maybe grow your tree up, together and down. Taking another breath in tree. And allowing the arms to come down and the knee to lift, leg to come down. As we ground down in the roots that are our legs into the earth for our other side. Bringing our weight into the opposite leg, sending that leg above or below the knee. One side may be a little easier than the other. Holding that core in tight, breathing here. Allowing your hands to grow tall, maybe, or coming back onto your heart. Last breath here. And arms can come down, knee raises up, and then down. Coming to your sides of your mat from Malasana to open up those hips a little more, toes pointed out to the side. As we inhale to Malasana, coming down, bending the knees, maybe taking a block and sitting on it to help as we move towards the full expression, or holding a block, using your arms to open up your knees. Feeling your feet rooting into the ground as your heart lifts. Planting yourself here, allowing the hips to relax down, allowing your throat to relax. One more inhale here. And then gently allowing the arms to come down, supporting you as you come down to your mat. Sending the left leg out, right leg pulls in. Grounding into your sits bones, inhaling the arms up, exhaling, flexing the front foot. Allowing the hands to fall down onto the shin, the ankle, maybe grabbing the foot, maybe bending the toes back a little. Leading with the heart as you stretch forward, feeling your pelvic bones on the ground as you reach out with the chest, maybe dropping the head once the spine is long. And inhaling, allowing your fingers to walk back towards your body, taking that right foot and planting the sole of the foot across that long leg, sending the heel in towards the glute muscle. Finding your seat here. Inhaling the arms up. Taking that left arm, sending it around the top of the thigh, bending the elbow or a strong, long arm. Right arm comes behind. Growing nice and tall on your inhale and exhaling as you stay tall to the twist. Hips are forward, twisting above that waist. One more breath here. And then gently unwinding from that, sending the right leg out, left leg comes in. Inhaling up. And exhaling, folding over that leg, any amount. Leading with the heart, keeping a soft bend in the front of the knee. Boy. Inhaling and exhaling, seeing what you can let go of on the exhale. Last inhale here. And beginning to walk the fingers back, taking the left leg and planting the sole of the foot across that leg as you bring that heel in towards your body. Sorry, Yoda. Planting your sits bones on the ground evenly, pelvic bones forward as we inhale up and sending the right elbow across the thigh as we send the left arm behind. Staying nice and tall as we twist any amount over to the other side. Level, chin is level, maybe relaxing the neck, softening the space between the eyebrows. Last inhale here. And gently unwinding, sending both legs out in front of you. Flexing both feet as we inhale up. Exhaling, forward fold, reaching with the heart. Exhaling, letting the head drop once the spine is long. Any amount of stretch is perfect. Breathing into the sensations in your body. Relaxing something, maybe the face, maybe the neck. Taking one more breath here. Finding your way back towards your body, sending the soles of the feet together. Butterfly pose. Letting the knees drop down. Maybe taking the feet in your hands like a book, reaching up, the ground of the head, exhaling, forward fold. You can stay right here or dropping the head if that feels good. Releasing the hips, letting them go. Core is pulled in. From here, coming back up, allowing the feet to come out in front of you. Bending the knees as we send ourselves down onto the mat, onto our backs. Taking one leg over the other thigh, drawing that thigh towards you, flexing both feet. You can take the back of the thigh and draw the leg towards you. Any amount of stretch again is good as long as you feel it. One more breath here. And letting that foot drop. Bringing the opposite leg over that thigh, the other thigh. Drawing that leg in towards your chest, flexing both feet. Good boy. One more inhale here. And then beginning to let that foot drop back down, both legs come, grazing the backs of the heels with maybe the fingers, feet about hips width distance apart, arms alongside the body, palms down as we inhale to bridge, sending the hips up. When we reach the top of that inhale, exhaling from the top of your spine all the way down to the middle. And when the tailbone hits, we'll go up 2 more times. Inhale to bridge. Exhaling down. Finding that tailbone. Last time, inhale back up. And this time you can stay up. Maybe bring the hands, interlace them together, elbows come underneath. Maybe deepening your bridge. Neck is still and relaxed, staying here. 2 to 3 breaths here. Not letting the legs part too far. Imagine there's a block between your thighs, keeping them towards each other. As we begin to exhale down, drawing the knees into the chest, gently, maybe wide, maybe together. And then allowing the arms to come out to a T, sending the legs, the knees over to one side, to the right. Right arm can gently hold on to the thigh. Eye gaze can go over the left shoulder. Maybe look up if it hurts your neck to look over that shoulder. Holding here and breathing. If you need more, you can always cross the top leg over the bottom. And taking another breath here. Releasing everything on the exhale. Letting it go. Beginning to bring the legs back to the center. Maybe a little hug in or a gentle holding of the legs. Sending the arms out to a T again, sending those legs over to the left. Maybe crossing one leg over the other. Eye gaze again over the opposite shoulder. Feeling both shoulder blades on the ground, grounding yourself down into the earth for stability. Breath here. And then gently finding your knees back towards the center, back in the bridge position, looking for your block, grabbing a hold of it, lifting the hips like you were going to do a bridge, but putting it under your tailbone, that block, letting it rest there, any height. Whatever feels good for your back as you let yourself rest in supported bridge. One hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, taking a couple breaths here. Coming back to that intention you set at the beginning of your practice. And then letting the arms flop out to the side. Maybe the arms are down for grounding or palms up to receive. You can take that block back out or stay here for Shavasana. Sending the feet into butterfly if you like to open up the hips a little more for Shavasana. Or gently beginning to straighten one leg and then the other. Allowing yourself some time in Shavasana. Breathing here, letting the body grow heavy. Relaxing the feet and the toes. Letting the knees and the shins go. Feeling the hips release down. Feeling your torso relax. Feeling the shoulders let go. Arms and hands release into the earth. Head grows heavy. Finding a deep grounding in Shavasana. Continuing to breathe in Shavasana. Staying grounded on the floor. And as you breathe there, I'm going to read the quote for today from Jean Shinoda Bolen. When you recover or discover something that nourishes your soul and brings joy, care enough about yourself to make room for it in your life. Read that one more time. When you recover or discover something that nourishes your soul and brings joy, care enough about yourself to make room for it in your life. And that's again by Jean Shinoda Bolen. You're welcome to continue to breathe in Shavasana on your mat. Taking a little more time to take some time for silence and breath. Or you can begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, making some small movements that feel good to you. Maybe stretching the arms overhead as the legs reach in the opposite direction. When you're ready, bringing the knees into your chest, giving them a little squeeze, maybe rolling around on your back as for a little massage. And when you're ready, rolling over to your favorite side, making a pillow for your head. Having gratitude for your practice today, the energy it took to do it. And bringing yourself up with one hand, head comes up last to a comfortable seated position on the mat. Inhaling the arms out to the side and up. Exhaling your hands down to your heart. Thank you all for spending this hour with me. The light and teacher in me honors the light and teacher in all of you. Namaste. Thank you all for coming today. I hope you have a great day. Thank you. We're all done, Yoda.